These should be on page 12 of your journal. These are your conductivity notes. We are going to look at 3 different types: convection, conduction, and radiation. If you are a virtual student, I want you to copy this chart down on your paper before we get started. And if you are a face-to-face or in-class student, you should already have this chart. I will give it to you if I have not. Okay, like I said earlier, we're going over conductivity notes. I'm not going to do a summary at the end of this video just because of, I don't think you'll have enough space on your journal, honestly. Let's get started. So conductivity is just the transfer of heat. We have 3 different ways that we are going to transfer heat. Our first one is convection. That is when hot air rises and cold air sinks. So the air is circulating. Heat is circulated through fluids like air or water. Yes, in this case, air is a fluid. I know, sounds weird. For example, soup heating up in a pot. Hot soup is going to rise and the cold soup is going to sink. That's how it all heats up at one, or not at one time, but that's how it heats up. Same thing happens with hot air balloons. The hot air is going to rise into the balloon, causing the balloon to go up, and the cold air is going to go down and out of the balloon. And right in the center, there's usually a basket that holds wood chips or fuel, depending on what kind of hot air balloon you're in, that you set on fire, and that fire heats up the air, pushes the balloon up. Sorry, I don't know what happened there on my writing. And that is convection. Our second type is conduction. Conduction is heating anything up through touch. So heat moving through an object by touching. And no, your drawings don't need to be perfect. Trust me, it took like 3 times to draw that hand. We see this when we stick a spoon in hot chocolate and our spoon gets hot. It has to be a metal spoon, usually. Or when we have a frying pan on a burner and we touch the handle of that frying pan and it's hot because it wasn't insulated with rubber or something. So once again, conduction is where things touch. So here's my frying pan on a burner on a stove. Conduction is going to be happening right when the frying pan touches the burner. That heat is going to start flowing through the other object, flowing through the frying pan. And our last way to conduct heat is radiation. That's the transfer of heat between 2 objects that are not touching. I'm sorry about my writing. I don't know what happened here. So, one big way we do that is with the sun. The sun, we cannot touch it, but we do feel its heat. So these are the 3 different ways that you can conduct heat. Make sure you have all of your notes written down, and when you're finished, you are going to go on ahead and do the transfer, I think it's called transfer of heat activity.